Welcome everybody to NEGU TV, chatting with Cade. We're so excited because we have a very, very special guest. Cade, as you know, if you've been watching previous episodes, he's our junior ambassador, one of our junior ambassadors. But that beautiful lady on the screen is our national spokesperson, Kaitlin Sandeno Hogan. Welcome to Chatting with Cade.
I am so thrilled to be here today. I mean, Cade's always had such a soft spot in my heart. So to be able to sync up with both of you today, what a pleasure.
Oh, well, thank you. Cade, what's that photo behind you? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the first day that I met Kaitlin. I got to try on all her medals and stuff.
Wow, all 27 of her medals, huh? That's so great.
All 27. Cade, they look better on you than they do on me.
Well, Kaitlin, it goes without saying, we're so thankful for everything that you do for kids fighting cancer, from using your platform to visiting kids in the hospital to sending them encouraging messages through the app to just hanging out with them. So thank you for everything you do. But our host for Chatting with Cade is ready. So Cade, let's start chatting.
First of all, thank you for being here.
My pleasure, Cade. I would do anything for you.
You've done a lot with NEGU from the beginning. What first drew you to NEGU?
Jessie and Jessie's family, just that connection of being mermaids coming from the swimming community. I'm very proud to say that the swimming community always seems to rally around each other. So when I was, introduced to the Rees family, I just felt an emotional bond and tie to them. And I just knew that I wanted to do more. So from the start, it was Jessie. I got to meet her when she was first diagnosed. And that's where I met Erik as well at her fundraiser at J. Sarah High School. And that was the start of a very significant bond in my life to this day.
Yeah, I also met Jessie when in my battle and in her battle.
We are both very, very lucky individuals that had her footprint on our heart physically, because not a lot of people did get to meet her that's with the foundation now, and then obviously mentally and emotionally. So I feel like we're the blessed few that got to spend that first, kind of start with the foundation with Jess.
Yeah. My second question is, you see the picture behind me?
Yes.
All your medals, I was wearing them that day. Do you still let kids wear your medals in hospital visits and stuff?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we're not going into hospitals right now, but if we were, I'd be still putting them around kids' necks. I think it's special. I know not a lot of people get to see an Olympic medal. So for me, I would rather share them than seclude them. They're definitely beat up. They've definitely seen better days, but to me, it adds even more of a sense of specialness to the medals. I think that's significant because I think a lot of people really enjoy that. And if there's one thing I could do in this world, it would be to spread joy. And if that's what those medals do, let's pass them around. Let's put them on people's necks. But for me, it was actually a really cool moment when the foundation saw how much the children took a liking to the medals and then developed their own medals. So we got to leave them with encouraging medals. Number one NEGU kid with the blue ribbon that said NEGU on the side. Because some of these kids won't get to play sports or win medals, or they can look at that medal and be encouraged by it, or just remember the Jessie Rees Foundation and to encourage them to NEGU. So I really love the synergy that we did between my medals and then having the NEGU medal developed.
Yeah, I have one of those, the NEGU medals. I always come with joy jars and stuff.
Where do you keep your medal?
I think I have one on my bed, on my one of my bedposts.
I love that. It's a good reminder, huh?
Yeah. What do you, when you go into the hospitals, what do you love about going into encourage kids?
Oh man, Cater, we could talk about this for quite some time. If I had to narrow it down, I would say I'm blown away by the positivity that these children radiate, even though they're going through something that I couldn't even imagine. So to be in a room that you think that you're going to walk into and it's going to be really sad, and don't get me wrong, there are cases where that is so, but more times than not, I'm just really blown away by the resilience and the positive attitude that a lot of these NEGU children have. And to me, that is just something pretty surreal to be a part of. And that's something very powerful. And it's almost hard for me to find the right words to describe it so people get a sense of it. Because I get asked that a lot, like, isn't it sad? Isn't it sad? I was like, if you only knew, you know, that kids are strong, and these joy jars literally brighten days and bring boosts of joy. So I get to see an upside of it. You know, the nurses are going through the nitty gritty and the hard day in and day out, and the doctors and the families. But that little time I'm in there and I get to continue what Jessie started and to brighten their day. And you know what it's like to get a joy jar. Those are fun, right? And to be able to provide something that boosts a child and family's morale, that's priceless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember, like, I love, like, the joy jar that they're, like, custom made for, like, birthdays, like, Christmas and all of those ones. Those are really fun.
It's just extra special, right? Because you feel like it's truly for you. And I think that's what's so, so incredible about the foundation is that no thought, they think of everything. No thought isn't thought of, you know what I mean? And they know how to make that person feel special and like the person that they're caring for, not just another name or another number, or, you know, it's for you, right? Like you, Cade, got one for you. And I think that's what we need during a challenging time.
Yeah. My next question is, how old were you when you realized that, like, swimming could become part of your, like, career?
That's a great question, Cade. Well, I started swimming when I was 5. I love the water. You couldn't even get me out of the bathtub. Joined a swim team when I was 5, also like a little summer league team. Joined a year-round team when I was like 9, 10, but I was still playing soccer at that time. And it wasn't until I got to high school where I was really devoted to just swimming. And I think that's when I realized my potential and realized that that could be my ticket to college. And that's how it kind of started first. Like I knew I could use my swimming career to help me get to a major university. You know, I knew the financial situation that my family was in, and I knew that this could help us tremendously and be a huge blessing. So I'm like, let's work really hard and see if I can go to college with this sport, and great things happened along the way.
That's cool. What would everybody goes through hard times? What would be the hardest thing that you had to overcome in sports?
In sports, you know, Cade, between my first and second Olympics, it was not easy. I had a lot of obstacles to overcome. I had a lot of injuries. I had a lot of illnesses, and just a lot of a doubt actually started creeping into my mind again because I had some injuries I didn't know if I'd overcome. You know, I put on some weight going into college, and while in college, and that's really hard as you know, as a top level athlete dealing with that. And I couldn't train for a summer after my freshman year because I was so beat up and my body was so in different pieces. So there's definitely that challenging time between my first and second Olympics, which just, I felt like nothing would really go my way. I felt like it was one thing after another, which ironically is pretty surreal because if you look back on my swimming story, it's really about never ever giving up. And then here I am with the Jessie Rees Foundation, where our motto is NEGU, right? Never ever give up. So it's mind blowing. It almost makes me laugh, like how much that Jessie's expression, her phrase, meant in my career personally and my sport career. And then even more so now, what we're all going through right now, and having some family members going through cancer themselves. And, you know, it's a very strong phrase that so many people can use in different areas of their life. Let it be fighting cancer or injuries in sports, or, you know, sometimes we just get in a life kind of slump where we need to just remember to NEGU.
So Kaitlin, you've been talking a little bit about your swimming. What Olympics did you participate in, and how many medals have you collected?
So I competed in my first.
You won them, so. Yeah,
I just started collecting, trading medals, like pins.
It didn't sound as powerful as I expected it to. So.
So I went to my first Olympics when I was 17 years old at the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, Australia, which was incredible to be there. And then 4 years later in 2004, and Athens, Greece, even more surreal to be where it all started. At my first Olympics, I won a bronze medal. And at my second Olympics, I won a gold, silver, and bronze, and actually got fourth also. So first, second, third, fourth, American record and a world record. And then I was trying for 2008 Olympics, made it to the trials, and then things just don't always go as planned, huh, Cater? So that was when I said my so long to the sport in the water, and still very actively involved outside the pool now. Oh,
absolutely. All right, Cade, what's next?
What would be your greatest accomplishment in sports?
You know, that's a great question. I obviously, being an Olympic gold medalist is pretty surreal, to say that you were the best in the world. But that medal was a part of a relay. So I didn't do that by myself. I personally wasn't the best in the world. I was a part of a team that was the best in the world. So to be on that podium was incredible, like literally incredible. But actually my Olympic silver medal means the most to me, because that was a very huge personal moment in my life as far as overcoming adversity. I was stuck at a slump, or a plateau, they call it in swimming, where I was going the same time for like over 4 years in my best race. And there were many times that I wanted to give up. And there were many times where I just was like, this is just not meant to be. And at the 2004 Olympics, I had an out of body experience in the most surreal race. I won silver with just missing gold by 12 100ths of a second. But I went a huge best time. I broke that plateau by, 6.5 seconds. And Cade, I would have been happy to beat it by like half a second, because I was getting so frustrated in it. So it was one of those moments where I'll just never forget that personal obstacle that I overcame. And the silver medal is my personal gold, because I had never been that fast before in my life. I never expected to be that fast. It was a battle. It was a really tough race. And that's when I look back on my swimming career, that's the moment I'm most proud of, that I just never, ever gave up, that I wanted to stop swimming the 400 IM for so many times, because I was just so frustrated with it. But my coach wouldn't let me give up, and I knew I needed to stay. It was my best race. So that is my personal gold medal, even though it is an Olympic silver, and it's the moment that I'm the proudest of in my swimming career.
So Kaitlin, out of the IM, what is your favorite stroke?
Ooh, that's a great question. Definitely would be between freestyle and butterfly. Not too many people would say butterfly, but there's just something so beautiful about the stroke when done correctly. And it's crazy, because I don't swim that much anymore. Like, I hardly swim. But if I do get in the water, butterfly actually comes to me the easiest, which is like kind of bizarre, right? I almost feel like I get the flow better, and I don't know, it's my mermaid stroke.
I could doggy paddle, so I'll just do that.
Hey, everybody's got their strengths, Erik.
Everybody's got their strengths. Okay, Cater, what's next, bud?
My sister, she's 9 years old. She loves to swim, and she wants to she dreams about being in the Olympics. What would you say to her?
Well,
anybody?
Well, Cade, I was Lucy's coach for a little bit, and I can honestly say Lucy's got some talent. And Cade, we got in the pool together too. When you first got your port out, we went swimming together. So there's definitely some mermaid and merman genes in the Spinello family. But for Lucy, I mean, she loves it, and you can tell. And I think that is so important, that you find what you love and you do it. Do what makes you happy. When I look back on my swimming career, I was swimming my best when I was my happiest. And, it's not always rainbows and kittens and butterflies. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of hard work. But if we love what we're doing, we will push our body and our mind to just limits that we didn't know existed, or have no limits, that is. And for Lucy, I just encourage her and anybody watching that is young and in sports, just, stay positive, stay upbeat, smile, enjoy the moment, and thank your coaches. I think that's really important, and something that kind of goes kind of forgotten. It's like, to be a coach, they give up a lot of their time, energy, family time, hours that go kind of unrecognized. So I made it a point to thank my coaches after every single practice. And, some of my teammates would be like, you're thanking them for kicking your butt for the last 2.5 hours. It's like, well, yeah, they're helping me get to that next moment. So I would just say, stay happy and enjoy what you're doing.
Great words.
Yeah. Every time I have baseball practice, my parents always like say like go and thank your coaches and stuff. And it's like sometimes you like don't want to do it, but you like sometimes have to.
Wise words, Cade.
Yeah. Now I have some fun questions. What time do you set your alarm?
I don't. So Cade, I had to get up so early when I was swimming. Like I used to have practice before high school, so we were there at like, I think we were getting in the water at 5 or was it 4:45? And Cade, I am not a morning person. So needless to say, that was probably my least favorite part about swimming. And now I only set my alarm if I have to do like adult things. But actually, Cade, where we live in Orange County, we are pretty much underneath the Orange County Airport flight path. So at 7 a.m., those planes take off, and that is my alarm. So I don't have to set an alarm because of SNA Airport.
You had a lot of you're really awesome in swimming. If you had to, what winter Olympic sport would you play?
Ooh, I love that, Cater. What Olympic or Winter Olympic sport? Well, I always kind of joke growing up about ice skating because my mom was an ice skater. And I used to do like fake routines, like on like, like wood in your house and you put socks on and you slide around. I used to do that and do like my own little like twirls and twists. And then my sisters are much older than me. So when I was younger, their husbands were a part of my life. And one of my sisters, Kamla, and her husband, Steve, and I used to like have these like fake ice skating routines. And he like, cause he's really strong, he would like pick me up and we were just silly like that. So maybe I would say ice skating. But, oh gosh, Cade, I love hockey. I really, really love hockey. And when I watched Mighty Ducks when I was probably your age, I was like, Mom, I'm going to join a hockey team. My dad's like, yeah. My mom's like, no. So it'd have to be either the ice skating or hockey.
Yeah, that's so cool. Would you rather lose your cap during a race or break your goggles right before?
That's a great question. I would rather break my goggles right before because I could swim without goggles. I cannot swim with my hair like this. It's heavy. It weighs you down. You can't see. So definitely would rather go without goggles than without cap. That was a good one, Cade. I like that one. Did Lucy help you with that one?
Yesterday we were like, my dad was like asking me like what we we were like going like through questions and stuff, and I think it was like my uncle or something said, how about that one?
That's good. Good family teamwork on this.
Yeah. That was my last question, so I just want to say thank you again for being
you. Wait, can I have a question for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were in the Olympic Games in the winter, what sport would you do? Ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
You would do baseball in the summer, right? Now that it's back. Okay, I figured that. So what about winter?
Winter sport. Hockey. I would like my aunt and stuff like always like they grew up like in my aunt like grew up like in Minnesota.
Ooh.
Like they like really like hockey and stuff. So
there we go. We're two hockey studs. What can we say? From Southern California.
I would have picked curling because I'm really good at cleaning up. Broom. That would have been the curling champion.
Your skills translate.
Oh, yeah. You go right from doggy paddle straight to the broom. It works perfect.
Erik, you're just really showing off this podcast or web series here. Just really showing off.
I've heard the truth will set you free. So, I'm just trying to be honest. Well, Cade, great episode. Kaitlin, on behalf of our family and our foundation and on behalf of Cade, thank you so much for joining us on Chatting with Cade. We truly do love you and appreciate everything you do. Stay safe, stay strong. And we can't wait to see you soon. But we do love you and we do appreciate everything.
Thank you both so much. I'm honored to be on your show, Cade. And as always, Erik, anything and always for your family. Love you guys.
Love you.